welcome to my channel Fat Dandelions. My name is Monique Lee and today we're talking about Hongbao red envelopes. So when there's Chinese New Year and you have participated the dragon dance and the lion dance. The dragon dance is a group of people lining up, having a stick on their both holding their hands onto, and they follow a leader, and the sticks above is a shape of a cloth in the shape of a dragon, and the lion dance is a group of people dancing like the singular lions, and a set of 2 or 3 people dancing the lion, while the third one is holding a fan and a mask and guiding the lion, the dancing lion, to a certain place. But after you've participated the festivities, then mostly you go in the evening, you go to your family or friends where they're holding a dinner party, and your family gives all the children and the young adults, normally they were like one color, just red envelopes, and in the event there was like a Chinese character, and it's this one written on it with ink and just with a brush. But over the years there have been like several illustrations, so these are like the recent years. I have like old ones, but I don't know where I've put them anymore. But you also have new ones, so these are also like the years before. You have a rectangular shape or a square shape. I've seen in the year 2000 there were even like longer envelopes, and even with cartoons on top. So I have like these. I'm gonna put these away. These, and of course it's with the how do you say it, permission of Disney, so I can show you. I've like several, and I believe this was last year's or this year. So you have like several different of a illustration. I'm gonna put them aside, but these you have to buy them in Chinese supermarket or craft stores, or how do you say, stores that sells knickknacks for less money, and you can make them yourself. So let's try. It doesn't matter what shape it is, and it doesn't matter what paper it is. I have like 30.5 centimeters by 30.5 centimeters. Let's see if in inches. It must be 12 by 12 inch. Let's see. So, like I said, it doesn't matter how big you cut them. So as you can see, it's quite a big sheet, and I'm looking for my cutting machine, or wait, I can use this one. So this is the box maker, but I use it because I have like a long plate, and it has here lines. I can use those lines to guide to guide them with my, I can use like a popsicle stick, but I don't know where I've put my bone folder. You can use several things to use those. Let me see if I can find, oh yeah, you can have this device. It has like a ball in the end, and in the other end it has a smaller ball, so you can use that when you put the paper on top of the box maker and then guide then the lines where you can make an indentation, and that particular indentation makes a fold in the paper, which it makes it easier to fold, but you can also fold it without these devices and fold it just the way you're accustomed to. So I'm gonna pull backwards my cell phone stand. So if I would do it just with my hands and then eyeballing it without, like I said, without the box maker, I would turn the paper around and then fold it like that, and just with the end, the back of your nail, just guide your finger along the paper, so you can have like a fold line, and then use the other end as another guide to cut with your pair of scissors. That's the old way, so we're gonna try doing that first. And like I said, I can use any paper I like. So this one is kind of thick. You can use also thin paper. My desk is a bit messy because I have several projects doing at the same time, so it's so messy. Like that. You see? And then find the height that you like that, and then try to, you can use a cutting machine or just simply, like I said, the old-fashioned way with a ruler. So I want to do it like this. See it? And then try to I'm looking for my pencil. Okay, I have my pencil here. And with that particular line, I just cut it. I can have like two. So I have the short one and the longer version. So the side that when you open like a card, I could use like a flap. So that means it doesn't matter how big the flap is. Just if you like a wider or a deeper flap, then you do it like that. If you want a thinner one, you go a little bit up and then cut it with your scissors. But this time I only draw a line on the second side of the paper. So this is the first side, this is the second side, and I cut a strip of paper out. don't throw these away. You can use it to make a tag. So now, as you can see, one is higher, one is lower, and you can use it to fold it over, like that. See? Now you have like sharp corners. If you don't like sharp corners, you can use the pair of scissors and then make like a rounded cut with your pair of scissors. I can show it you like this. By the way, you cut like a corner, see, and then cut the little sharp piece out. See? Or if you have money, you can buy a corner rounder, and cut it like that. And the paper will fall out from this side. That paper is here. The paper that I just cut with my scissors is all the little bit pieces here. And then those I throw in the bin, I don't keep. So now I have to find like double-sided tape and then line it here in the outer side and on this side, and then slowly put the end like this and then rub it in like that, and then it will stick, and then you have made like a pocket envelope. Let's do that. Let's see. Normally, you have these American version. They have like 1 millimeter or a thin slice, but the Dutch version only have this one. This is tissue double-sided paper, so it's really thin. Let's see, I can find, here it is. I need that much paper, and I cut it like that, put that aside, and I just cut a little strip. So I can cut here like 3 little strips, or if you don't like the fussy, you know, because you're scared because it's kind of sticky and it goes everywhere, you can cut it just in half if you want to do it the easy way, but I'm gonna cut it like in 3 pieces. You have to be careful. It is kind of sticky, so, and because it's like 250 GSM, this paper, if you have like thinner paper, I hope it will hold, because it's kind of thick paper. I hope my double-sided tape will be enough to keep these 2 pieces of paper together. So let's see. You can of course use your bottle of glue. I'm gonna stick it just here on top or on the side. So can just put on the bottom and cut the excess of double-sided tape like that. So I have excess. Of course I can use just a vase and stick the pieces on top so I won't lose them. I can use also, just like I said, just on the side of this roll. And as you can see, the double-sided tape is on here, and make sure that it will adhere onto the paper. Sorry. Then I'm taking the backing off. Like that, and then like I said, just press with your nails, or like I said, with your lollipop stick. You can also just, if you have a bone folder, you can use that too. And then you have made a pocket or a red envelope. This time I use a design printed paper, an illustration, and then use last time last time I said I would, if this bothered me, I would put a circular paper, glue it on here, and then, like I said, put this waving lucky cat on top, so that I know that's all the paper lucky cats that I've already cut it with the die cutting machine. But I didn't do that, but I know for sure that you can also see it on the side. And then you can use the red one. It's here on the back, or any kind of colored one, so like this one. And then put it on, like several. They kind of sticking together. Sorry, I have like several ones. I have colored ones too. Let me see. So this is actually beige, but you can't see it. Maybe a little greenish. These are white ones, but I have to be careful. So I can use like foiled ones, do it like that, and then do it like this. So I have a layered version, or do it like that and use a green one like this, or a blue one. Doesn't matter, just mix match. So I have like, I can use also stickers and die cuts, other die cuts, and put it on there, and just use things to embellish and to decorate. And so normally it would be like a plain red envelope, but I don't have a lot of red paper around, so I use the designed printed paper, and I'm looking around and see like what do I have to cover that. And remember, when I have like the deluxe washi tape paper, I've cut these samples out, so you can use these samples like that, and then put the lucky cat on the side. And because it's kind of long, I can cut it partial out. Like that. And then without the paper doily, I can use just the waving lucky cat on the side. So it will be also decorated like this. Shall we do the difference like I just mentioned? So I'm going to push this aside. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to crush the sides of the paper so it will be more flatter. It's easy for me to put a piece of paper here. And I can use like let's see, double-sided tape, because this is kind of thick paper. I can just do it the top and the bottom part like that. I'm looking how much I need and use my thumb to decide how long it will be, and then just cut it. So I don't need a ruler, but you can use, of course, a ruler for this. Like that, see? Do the same. Let's see how much I need. So now you can see my desk is already a little bit messy, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna clean it afterwards. So you're just enjoying yourself and craft. So of course you are allowed to make a little bit messy. So I keep the flap up so you can see what the top and the bottom is before. Oh, see, it's already upside down. Doesn't matter. I felt already that it wasn't sticky, so I knew like, hey, I didn't take the backing off. Like that. And then put it on the side. Ooh. And then scorch it with your nails. Or you can use like popsicle. Just like that. Okay. So as you can see, you're seeing me like this, but actually I'm looking at the spots where it's not cut through. So that means like I can put double-sided tape on here, the forehead, here on its chin, and here. Because if I put like this, the double-sided tape like this, then if I stick it on here, then everything that touches in the hole, it will be like sticky here. So that is what I try to avoid. So I'm gonna put like that. I need, I think, a thicker. Of course, I can just rip it. I don't need a pair of scissors for that. Just put it in here. So I have like 3 spots of double-sided tape. Oh, I forgot to burnish it with my nails. Be careful, don't rip the head of. I almost ripped the head of the waving lucky cat. I believe the waving lucky cat, it originated from Korea. It's not even Chinese, but the Chinese like to adopt it. Like, hey, we like the Korean lucky cat sitting or waving. So they used that, they assimilated into their own culture. That's what I'm trying to say. Can put it in here. Like that. So it's, so in some spots it's not glued onto, as you can see. Kind of bit moving, as you can see. Like here you can let it wave. And then you can put here some money. And then you've made it your own instead of me buying a lot of red envelopes. And I don't use all of them like in a package. They come like in 10 envelopes, and I only use like 2 or 4. So that's why I have a lot of those. And now I can make my own. So this is number 1. I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to use the same pattern. I'm making a longer version of that. So let's do the same principle. I'm going to put this away. I don't want to rip my doilies. Oh, sorry for that. So let's see. I want the flap a little bit deeper or bigger. Use my pencil. As you can see, I can see where to cut with my pair of scissors. Sorry. Like I said, I don't throw this piece of paper away. And then I'll fold it over. And of course I can just round it with my pair of scissors or just use this corner rounder. I'm gonna put these cats away. Let's have a little bit more space here. Let's see. I need, of course, I have, as you know, I just took it off this face. And I'm gonna stick and burnish it, and then turn around so I can see where to cut the excess of the double-sided tape off, like that. And then with this piece I put it back on the opening of the vase, like this. So I know that's out of the way. I won't put it on the table, that it will stick onto the table. So that's why I use any kind of thing that it's on my table to put that excess of double-sided tape on there. And I've just taped the bottom. I did not take the backing off because I need to tape this side first, or second. And then I need to find out how big this piece needs to be. And I'm gonna cut it like so. And because I don't want to cut it in 3 parts, I'm cut it just in 2 parts, like this. Then stick the excess onto the vase. like that. And put, let's see, maybe I can do a close up. Like this, and then put it alongside the edge of the paper, and like I said, burnish it. That means rub it so hard onto paper, and then take the backing off. And you can see here a film of glued tape on both sides. That's why it's called double-sided tape. And now I can close it and now burnish it like that. And that means that it's impossible to open it because it's glued. The sides of the paper are glued to each other. Like that. I can simply use this sticker book and find whatever stickers I want and just add it here as a decoration. But like I said, I wanted to do the paper doilies, and that's what I'm trying to do. I have a piece of paper here. Any piece of paper will do. And it's marbled piece of paper. Like I said, any paper will do. I don't have like already made a circle of paper. So I'm gonna use this double-sided tape to guide myself to cut a circle around it. Here I have a circle. Maybe I need to cut it a little bit beautiful around the edges. Like that. Like I said, I don't throw these away. Maybe I have use for that. To make I can cut with a pair of scissors another circle here, but smaller. So I have like 4 circles that I can use. Or I just cut it like that. Then I have a triangular shape. But I don't throw these away. I'm gonna put the circle on top of the envelope that I just made and try to use like this kind of. I can use the rose one, or should I use this one, the beige? Put it, and then I cut with a pair of scissors the excess off and put it back here because I selected too much of the line, like I said. So okay, do next. I need to see how much I need to cut, like so much. Okay, I need to burnish it first, and then carefully take the backing off. Oh, course I can use a bottle of glue, but that means I have to be careful. Where to put the nozzle of the glue bottle. Like I said, the doily has a lot of cut pieces by the die cutting machine, of course. Let's see if I can take the backing off. This piece is just a little, there you go. I wanted to say this piece is a little bit difficult, but then suddenly it took off easily. And I'm gonna put here, burnish it a little bit, like that. Take this off because I need. Then I can decide, because this is the flap. Do I do a cross or a plus? I think I'm gonna do a plus, and then I need to find the spots like this, and then find a colored. I can use, like I said, do the blue one, green one, or do both. Yeah. Shall we do both? Okay, let's do that. Or just one? What do you think? Just one. Green for the color of money. Oh, let's see. I grabbed the piece from the bottle. Of course. Let's see. Oh wait, it's better to cut with the scissors so I can be a little bit precise. Be careful, that's right, it's kind of sticky. So be careful. So the back side of the waving lucky cat is sticky. Oh, and this is also sticky. So I didn't do like two cats like this. I chose for one cat, but you can do it like two. Any doily you can use. I use the one that I have. So here you can use all these strips of paper that you have and just use it up to make like a little statement, like so. even fussy cut the butterfly and then put it here on top. Let's see what I have. Or this peach and put it here in the bottom. So sky's the limit. I hope you enjoyed it. You can do it any way that you like. This is my version, so I hope you enjoyed it. Just play with paper, play with stickers, play with die cuts, embellishments, and just decorate. So I used like these print paper and made Hong Pao, Chinese red envelopes or Asian red envelopes. Bacon stuff, money, and give it to people. If you're married, you give it to people that are unmarried. That means adolescents and children. But you can also put some paper lucky cats in here. Oh, yeah, like that. And you can fill it up. Like so. So instead of money, I can stick inside the envelope stickers, or in this case, the waving lucky cats, or any die cuts, and then put it inside the envelope. So that's what I did. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.